quick. Good morning and welcome to After GMS. Today is Tuesday, December 14th. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris and Ed Matthews.
Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on our daily Facebook Live show that we love to do with you and interact with you. First, we'll start with our conversation about the forecast because, Ed, it is going to be a nice week, a little warmer than normal.
Yeah, we're going to warm it up. This morning, we're cold, but not as cold as yesterday morning. Remember when we were in the low and mid 20s. Some areas have achieved that this morning. Martinsville is always a lot colder than everybody else. So is Reedsville and even Danville sometimes. But a lot of our communities dipping down into the 20s this morning, although Smith Reynolds Airport in Winston-Salem and PTI in Greensboro stayed right around freezing. The low in Winston-Salem 30 and 31, the low this morning in Greensboro. Out west, similar temperatures. Wilkesboro down to 27 this morning, 28 at Mount Airy, and 24 the temperature at Boone. Ooh, look at this live look over downtown Greensboro as we look into the northern sky with our sky cam and seeing nothing but blue sky, not a cloud around, sunbeams galore across the Piedmont. And that's going to help to get us up pretty close to 60, 61 this afternoon. A little cooler, but more than just a few degrees tomorrow. A few scattered clouds and 58, but temperatures really move up for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 66 on Thursday and mostly sunny. Sun and clouds 68 on Friday, and we could touch 70 coming up on Saturday. Weekend looking like a small shower chance Saturday and Sunday, and maybe more of a cold rain kind of focusing on Monday and Monday night. We'll keep an eye on Monday. We got the possibility of some colder air and moisture tangling. And that means right now we'll go with a cold rain and keep an eye on things, but I think we're going to struggle to make it into the low and mid 40s on Monday.
Well, you have a life-saving opportunity in the Triad today. The American Red Cross says its blood supply dangerously low right now, and that's where you come in.
Yeah, so today is a perfect time for the WFMY News 2 annual holiday blood drive. Denise McMiller is live at Piedmont Hall, where you can give the gift of life. Denise, it looks like this is off to a great start.
It is definitely off to an amazing start. As you mentioned, there is a shortage of blood, but there's not a shortage of donors this morning. They've been rolling up their sleeves all morning. You got one woman right here donating right now. They have been rolling in nonstop. There are so many booths and stations filled with folks wanting to give that gift of life. We actually have Michael Dutch here. He got here at 7 this morning, right when the drive began. So talk about this process. How's it going for you?
Oh, it's really easy. And this setup there moves pretty fast. People are ready to help you and in and out.
So you got here at 7 a.m. Talk about what made you want to get up early this morning and give back.
Well, it's kind of a blood giving party this morning, so it's a little more fun than going to the donation center, and it's easy to do, and it's the right thing to do for the community.
You're right. They got the holiday music going, so it definitely is like a little Christmas party here. Everybody's got their red on. So just talk about, you said it's the right thing to do. Why do you say that?
Well, because people need the blood for either medical procedures, and we have a critical shortage, particularly my type. So if I can get out and give blood today, why shouldn't I?
Do you have a message for anyone who's thinking about doing it, but they may be a little scared?
It really is easy. It's no worse than getting a vaccine with no after effects. So it's pretty easy, and I encourage you all to come out. They take them walk-ins, and there's empty beds all around me. So come on in.
All right. Well, thank you for chatting with me, and thank you for giving blood as well.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we are here at Piedmont Hall to begin the drive at 7 a.m. It'll be going on all day until 7 p.m. No appointments are needed. You can walk in, but we do know there are already 210 appointment slots filled. That's more than what we saw at the last blood drive around this time. So we're really off to a great start. Again, you got time to come out here. So don't hesitate to come out and join us and donate and give that gift of life. For now, here live at Piedmont Hall, I'm Denise McMiller, WFMY News 2.
Yeah, this is very special. A great event that we do in partnership with the Red Cross and our community every year. And I just love the fact that not only are you giving up your time, but a lot of people are looking for ways to give without having to spend a lot of money or, doing anything out of the ordinary or extra. And this is so simple, but yet so meaningful and obviously so impactful in our communities, because the blood you give stays in our communities for the most part, and that's what's important. It's like breathing life back into our community. So it really is so meaningful in so many different ways.
And everybody has a different reason for why they like to donate. Sometimes it's personal, other times it's just a feel-good feeling. We heard from Erica, who said it saves lives. It does. I mean, 1 pint can help save the lives of up to 3 people. That's what our hospitals have said. That's what we've heard year after year, and it is true. We also heard from Erica about working for the Greensboro Coliseum. She said they work so hard to keep everything clean and safe, and so she really hopes that you all go out and give blood today. The reason I've donated in the past is because my older cousin, when he was younger, at age 4, he had leukemia, and at one point he needed a blood donation, and my dad, who had always thought he was a certain blood type and tried to give to him, found out that he wasn't a match. So thanks to donors like you all who contribute to blood drives like this, potentially saved his life. And so that's just one example of how easy it is to do something. You might not see the impact firsthand, but know that it's making a difference.
Yeah, and you never know when you're going to be on the receiving end of that need. And Ed, I know you're going out there later today, ready to roll up your sleeves and do your part.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I was just thinking, this blood drive, this WFMY News 2 blood drive, I don't know what year it started, but it's been going on ever since I arrived here, and that was 33 years ago. Just a great way, as you mentioned, to give back to the community. And of course, because of the pandemic, the News 2 personalities are not going to head out and shake hands and greet people and stuff like that. But I've done that for many years, and that was just so much fun to go out and mingle and talk with people and thank them for coming in and giving blood.
Yeah, I mean, the need, I think, will always be there. Rarely do we hear alerts from the Red Cross saying, we have too much blood.
No, never.
It's never that way. It's always the opposite. We need your help. And the great thing about this community is that the community always responds. You are always right there. And if you can't give this way because you're afraid of needles, like my friend Carl here on our feed, Carl Royster said he's always been afraid of needles, you can give in other ways. And time is so valuable. So giving that way, maybe you're a volunteer in some way, or you donate to a food pantry, but there's so many opportunities to give, and this time of year is so important.
Even if you recruit a friend. I remember that's what we did in college when we had those college-wide community blood drives. If we couldn't give for a particular reason, we were supposed to recruit up to 2 people who could give on our behalf. And so we kind of expanded our efforts that way in getting more people to donate blood. Elizette responded on our feed here. She said, thank you for all of your donations. She said she has donated more than a gallon so far in her effort. So thank you, Elizette, for that.
I remember being live there, and I'm sure you met a lot of people when you were covering this event. It feels like eons ago, but it wasn't. One man comes out every year in honor of his wife who passed away, and he donates blood, especially this time of year, because he feels like he is still blessed and has the opportunity to bless others with this gift. Despite his loss and his grieving, he still wants to give back. So I'm sure Itanise is going to see him today. Just a great guy, and I look forward to seeing him every year. And I'm not sure 2020 was such a weird year for the donation, the blood donation, but hopefully he's back and we can talk to him.
Yeah, I also remember one year meeting a father who had lost a son, who had throughout his life needed several blood transfusions and had made a mission to give back. And so in his honor, the whole family now gives regularly. And so stories like that stay with you and really bring home why we do this every year. I know sometimes, it's disillusioning to hear of another blood drive, another blood drive, another blood drive, but it's not just another blood drive. It's another opportunity to save a life, and you're doing that. So in any way you can contribute, it is so necessary. So Ed, talk a little bit about why you like to give.
Well, it's just giving back to the community. It doesn't cost anything. It's not painful or anything like that. So, you check off the boxes, yes, yes, yes. And today, the extra added bonus is that the weather's quiet. There's no rain or anything like that. We got plenty of sunshine, so you can head on down and give the gift of life. Donna Pickett, who is our Community Services Director here at WFMY, she's out at the blood drive, and she sent word back. She must be watching us on TV there, but she sent word back that she believes that this WFMY News 2 blood drive has been going on for about 57 years. Incredible.
Wow. That is amazing. What a great tradition we have at WFMY News 2 and right here in our community. And I'm so glad to be a part of it and that we can keep it going. If you have given blood within the last 20 to 30 days, double check to see if you can give blood today, because that might be a restriction for you. There are also some COVID protocols in place. So we have all of this information on our website, WFMYnews2.com. You can even book an appointment, make it even easier than Ed just mentioned. You basically sign up. There's an appointment every 15 minutes. You walk in, give them your name, and you get going, or you can walk in and give. So many different ways, so many different opportunities. We just appreciate your support.
We do. I actually pulled up the rules here for how often you can donate. You have to wait 8 weeks between donations. So that's not bad, about 2 months between donations of whole blood, and then 16 weeks if you're donating Power Red donations. Those are the double red. Not everybody's eligible for that. There are certain weight requirements for it as well. So yeah, just make sure you know the rules, and if you're eligible, please come out 7 to 7.
Yeah.
All day.
All right. That was a great conversation, and we appreciate you guys for supporting it and, giving back during this important time of year.
We'll get another update on WFMY News 2 at noon, but right now let's take a look at our morning headlines developing this morning. Some serious news here. Greensboro police are investigating an armed robbery that turned deadly. Last night, just before 8, Greensboro police responded to the tobacco and vape shop on Battleground Avenue. They say 3 people robbed the business for cash at gunpoint, and police later released a statement confirming someone died and a homicide investigation is underway. Right now, we're working to find out more about who passed away and what happened. If you have any information, call police. We'll also keep you updated on this story on our website. Winston-Salem police are investigating an early morning shooting on Thornton's Way that left a man dead. Police responded to this just after midnight. That's where they say they found 22-year-old Trishawn Plater, whom had been shot. Forsyth County EMS pronounced him dead at the scene. No suspect information is available right now. Call Crime Stoppers if you know anything about it.
Rockingham County Schools says masks will be optional for students, teachers, and staff after the holiday break. Last night, the Rockingham County School Board voted to make masks optional starting January 4th. The updated policy will apply to all district campuses and facilities. Masks will still be required on school buses and for pre-kindergarten and Head Start classrooms. Today, Governor Roy Cooper and the COVID-19 task force will give an update about the state of the pandemic and the fight against COVID-19. Boosters will likely be among those topics as well. Today's update is scheduled for 3 o'clock this afternoon. You can watch it on WFMY News 2 or on WFMYnews2.com. We'll, of course, keep you updated throughout the day.
Let's get to our second talker of the morning. Did you look up at the sky if you were up early? Did you catch the Geminid meteor shower overnight? Yeah, this was pretty cool. It was expected to be one of the best showers this year with about 1 to 2 meteors possible each minute. And it looks like we got just that. So did you see anything overnight?
Wow. Okay, so let's hear from some of you. Scott Stager said, "Oh, the sky show." He said it lived up to its reputation. Chuck Ralph said he also saw it and he got up at 4:30 this morning to watch. He says he saw some really good ones.
Ooh.
Karen Cruz said she got up just before sunrise. She said she saw 7 in about 10 minutes. Amazing. Kathy Albertson didn't have much luck though. She left this comment on her Facebook page saying, "Aw, man, I forgot."
Yeah, we also heard from Tom in Summerfield who said he saw a number of beautiful meteors this morning. It was worth getting up for a cold 5:30 a.m. walk. Paul said he saw nothing too cold and too much light to stay out very long. And then Tony said he saw 6 in 10 minutes or so on the way home from work. That's pretty cool. So yeah, we've been treated to a really cool set of experiences in the atmosphere lately. I mean, we had the lunar eclipse not too long ago. We also had the night where the planets were aligning, and you could see that phenomenon happening in the sky. So this is just the latest in a series of cool astrological phenomenons.
I love it. I love it. Everything about what you just said is great. So, and Matthew's right next to you. We have a graphic that you guys have made in the weather department.
Yeah.
So the best time was from 2 to 6 a.m. and that's about the time you get to walk Rio in the morning.
Yes, as a matter of fact, as I was walking Rio, I saw one, okay? But that was about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think it was going through its peak and kind of simmering down a little bit. But you know, I love these free shows. No charge, no ticket required. All you got to do is just look up. How easy is that, you know? So I hope everybody got an opportunity to see at least some of the meteors. And of course, we'll have more shows coming up in the future. We'll let you know about them.
Yeah, and so 1 to 2 per minute. And some people reported seeing 7 or 8 of them in 10 minutes. So these must have been coming pretty quick.
Yeah, that's great. At the peak, yeah, they were coming at a pretty good clip. Kind of reached the peak and then started settling back down. But yeah, that's a pretty good rate of seeing meteors. Yeah.
Can you explain what causes meteor showers, why we see them sometimes but not often?
Well, it's just, think of it as tiny bits or particles of you know, leftover meteors, or what I would call really space junk that encounters our atmosphere, and they burn up. So you can see the flash. And the one I saw earlier this morning was a pretty bright one. Some of them are not so bright. Some of them are you know, a little brighter, and it really depends on the size of the meteor particle. And so we go through these belts where we on occasion have these to show up, and we were lucky to have a nice clear night last night. That's not always the case, but last night certainly the weather cooperated for us.
A nice clear sky.
Yeah.
Very cold this morning, so if you wanted to see it and you wanted a good look outside, you had to be prepared with coats, gloves, scarf perhaps. but I'm sure it was well worth it. This probably doesn't happen a lot. I've actually never been able to witness one. If I had given it a little bit more effort today, I probably would have been able to, seeing as though so many people saw it in our area. I just didn't. I guess I just blanked out. Didn't even think about it.
Well, Debbie said she saw several at 6 this morning, so she was lucky to catch the tail end of this shower. So Ed, the constellation or the shape of this meteor shower, in the graphic, it looks like the Gemini, the astrological sign. So I'm assuming that's why it's called the Geminid meteor shower.
Yeah, and there are other names as well, but just because it's in that constellation, that's what its name, and it kind of helps us to keep them organized and separated. And of course, you know where to look in the sky.
Yeah. All right. So you are a meteorologist, but I see that you like to dip in maybe some astrology.
Yeah, a little bit. And I'll tell you what, I know a lot more about the weather than I do, you know, outer space and stuff like that. But as a scientist, it's very, very fascinating. All aspects. I mean, we talk about earthquakes. I mean, we'll talk with you about anything you want to talk about, and what we don't know, we Google it. Okay, I'll just be honest with you. But you know, that's what scientists do. We kind of are very interested in all scientific areas, and so certainly this is no different. Love to watch.
Well, we are interested in your forecast every day, Ed, because it's always spot on. I don't know how you do it, but you always deliver.
Oh my goodness, I had no idea. Well, let's keep the track going, okay? It's sunny out there this morning. Temperature's moving up. We're on our way to highs right around 60, well above our normal high of 52. A little cooler tomorrow. A few clouds may mix with the sun. 58, but look at Thursday, Friday, and especially Saturday. Temperatures moving on up. 66 on Thursday, 68 on Friday, 70 possibly on Saturday, and a small shower chance Saturday afternoon through Sunday, but it's looking more and more like a better chance of what may turn out to be a cold rain coming up later Monday and Monday night. Some models carry that into Tuesday as well. We got, you know, some disagreement in our extended models, but we'll be able to pin this down even more as we go through the weekend. Something that we're going to be watching for Monday, and I'm not going to use that 4-letter word, but moisture and colder air is going to try to tangle early next week in the Monday to Tuesday time frame. So we'll see, see how that pans out. Could get interesting, but again, not saying that word yet.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's the word of the day.
Hey, we'll take it. I'm just glad that we have a series of nice and seasonably warmer days, and then another chance for rain at some point. So, you know, we'll take what we can get in December, although there are a lot of snowbirds out there hoping that December 25th brings a little something else. But
they're just kind of waiting around, patiently waiting.
I know you said it's a 6% chance of snow on Christmas on a given year.
It's about a 5 to 6% chance. It's extremely, extremely low. What was it? Was it 2010? I can't remember when it was. It was some time well back. Weather kind of runs together up here.
I hear you.
But there was a year I had gone to Sanford for Christmas, and you know, we were talking about the snow possibility. It started snowing, and the news director at that time called my parents' house and said, "Well, Ed, I hate to do this to you, but it's time to come back to Greensboro." And by the time I got here, we had over an inch on the ground, and that was Christmas Day afternoon. I don't think it was 2010, but
I think it was 2011.
Was it really? It might have been
2011 because I went to Chicago for Christmas that year.
Okay, yeah. So there you go. It can snow on Christmas, but it is so rare.
Yeah, I got a phone call too. It was like, "Hey, we need you to come in." I'm like, kind of out of town.
I should have gone to Chicago with you.
Yeah, but
no, I was happy to come back. Really.
It snowed several inches.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It did. It was incredible.
When I landed back in Raleigh, I was like, "What happened here?"
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was a year. All right. it's a story for another day.
All right, that sounds good.
The story for today is if you can give, we would
Yes.
appreciate your support at the WFMY News 2 Holiday Blood Drive, which is going on right now until 7 p.m. at the Greensboro Coliseum. Again, it's free to give. We wouldn't charge you for that. You might even pick up some goodies while you're there.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us and participating in our conversations here on Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow.
Take care.